Hi Pisces, welcome. So Pisces, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to be doing the spiritual messages, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. My readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when you're meant to hear it. So let's get into it. First card out is your card, Pisces, the Numinous, and you also have the card of the Ascendant. So this is all about the unknown, the unknowable, your psychic abilities, connecting with your intuitive and your spiritual self. Sometimes this can be a bit of a mysterious or even like a secretive energy. It gives me like high priestess type of vibes here. And then this card is talking about how you express yourself, the role that you play in your life and other people's lives, the attitude that you have. It is talking about your impact, right, on the world, on others, on yourself, and kind of taking a deep dive into that. So let's see what else the Osho Zen has to say for my Pisces. You have the card of experiencing. What else? I thought I had a card flip. What else for my Pisces? The Master. One more. And let's see. The Inner Voice, which I love that this came out because this is also High Priestess vibes, right? This is the High Priestess of this deck. It's talking about tapping into your third eye, your intuition. This kind of reminds me of what I got in the Capricorn reading. If you are connecting with Capricorn energy or you have that in your chart, you might want to check out their reading as well. But yeah, you have the card of experiencing and the card of the Master, as well as your inner voice. So quite literally, Pisces, this is talking about becoming the master, right, of listening to your intuition through life experiencing, knowing like what that gut reaction means when you're feeling wary of something or you're feeling certain of something. What does that mean, right? Honing in on that inner guidance system, which we're all born with an innate, very intelligent guidance system, and that is through our mind and therefore also our emotions. For every thought, there is a vibration attached to that thought. That vibration equals the emotional reaction you have every time you think that thought. So if you're thinking a thought and it feels bad, then that's not a vibration you want to practice. That's not a thought you want to continue to think. If you think a thought and the vibration feels good or pleasant or joyful, then that's a good vibration. That's a good emotional response, and those thoughts are valuable to you. Well, those are thoughts you want to continue to think. Both have value, both your negative and your positive thoughts, because you would not know the positive without the negative and vice versa, right? So all of it has value, but it's about learning how to listen to that, learning how to unprogram thought patterns and belief patterns that don't feel good to you, that never result in something good, and then start giving more focus to the thought patterns and belief systems that do feel good to you, that do net you the outcome that you want, right? And you can't do this all the time. There's going to be things that happen to you in life that are going to cause a negative reaction, and that's totally fine. But it gives you power when you understand what that negative feeling is really about. So it's about taking a deep dive into your inner psyche, Pisces, which, you know, as a Piscean person, that's like right in your wheelhouse. I feel like Pisces get deep, like you have the ability to understand these higher spiritual principles, if you will. So let's get into it and see. And I wasn't ignoring my dog, but don't mind him if he comes in and out of the room. He's got a little toy in his mouth. He's just making his little entrance for you. So let's see, Pisces. Let's see. You have the 5 of Cups, Justice, And the Strength card. So the Five of Cups to me is kind of like this down and out energy. It is somebody who may have experienced a loss and or is just in a really low spot emotionally. The Justice card is about bringing balance, bringing balance or bringing fairness to a situation. And then the Strength card. I mean, that's pretty obvious. It's about being strong. It's about being confident. It's about, you know, not letting something get the best of you. So I feel like Pisces, you have something going on here that may have gotten the best of you, but didn't get the rest of you. You know what I mean? Like, it may have gotten the best of you for a moment, and you may have been in the spot where you were feeling pretty low or letting something get to you. But I feel like there is balance coming to that situation. There is justice coming to that situation. And it's going to grow your confidence. It's about almost like pulling yourself out of the ditch, right? Pulling yourself out of this lower emotion and really relying on your strength and being confident in that. So let's see what else we have coming through for my Pisces. The Emperor, Judgment, and the Hangman. So the Emperor is a very strong motivator, right? This is a very strong personality, a very strong energy, somebody who calls the shots, but it can also be somebody who's domineering, very controlling, could be masculine energy, or could be your own, you know, masculine energy coming out, whether you're male or female. And then it's next to the card of Judgment, which this card of Judgment is a little bit darker than some of the other cards I have, but it's like calling people to the table, you know, making decisions, making judgments. And then the Hangman here, which is all about changing your perspective. But sometimes this could be a very uncomfortable energy, right? It's like this person is kind of hanging by their toes almost. And yes, it is giving them, I guess, a different perspective or enlightenment, but for the moment it feels very uncomfortable. So I feel like Pisces, if this is your energy, you know, I don't downplay your strengths, but I actually heard don't downplay your weaknesses. I'm not sure if that even makes sense. I'm getting words like humble, you know, like it's okay to be strong, but it's also okay to be humble. I don't really get into like the whole humility thing though, because I feel like there is a little bit of condescension in that word humility. Like I prefer the word humble. And there may have been a situation here that humbled you or humbled somebody that you love or somebody that you know of, particularly a masculine energy. But take it as it's resonating with you. But I definitely got that term humbled. Like keep it strong, but also keep it balanced. Keep it humble, I guess is what I'm saying. I feel like, because sometimes the Emperor is like a very judgmental vibe, right? It's like a little bit much. It's a little bit too much. It goes beyond just being confident to downright being judgmental or condescending. So I guess be careful with that, Pisces. Now, some of you, this is not you. This could be somebody literally you're dealing with that is just a control freak or very condescending that maybe could use a little humbling. I don't know. You know, and it may be very uncomfortable to be around this person, or very uncomfortable, you know, situation that they've put you in or that you've had with this person that may have really brought you down into a low spot. But I feel you overcoming that during this time frame, or that you have overcome this. So let's see what else. My dog is back. Temperance. What else for my Pisces? The Eight of Swords. What are you doing back there? And the Nine of Cups. So Temperance talks about, you know, trying to stay balanced with your emotions. You can see she's pouring out passion and fire, but she's also pouring out love and understanding. So it's like finding a balance between those two elements. The Eight of Swords to me speaks of restrictions. It could also be restrictive thoughts, but these are usually restrictions you place upon yourself, you know, blinders that you put upon yourself. Sometimes this can talk about like the subconscious mind and kind of being blind to our own behaviors or blind to our own reflection, right? And it's funny because like relationships serve as our best mirror to what energy we're putting out, right? So for example, if you were unaware, right, that you were coming off condescending, but then you got condescension back out of the person you're interacting with, that would be a clue to you that perhaps the energy you're giving off is eliciting that in return, which then creates self-awareness if you're open-minded. Now, if you're not an open-minded person, you're just going to simply take offense to that. You're not going to know what it means. You're not going to take the indicators, and there's not going to be a lot of growth around that. So they're also bringing self-awareness to the front. Vice versa, you're in a great energy and you're treating somebody, you know, with love and kindness, and they return that, then that's a good reflection of what you're doing right. But it's tricky because sometimes you could think that you're being very kind to somebody and then they're kind of a jerk to you. So it's like you got to play with it a little bit. So how do you know? How do you know if this person is genuinely reflecting the energy you're giving out, or maybe they're just in a bad mood and you happen to rendezvous with them? I would say there's no coincidences. Every rendezvous has a meaning, but only you can decide and discern what that meaning really is based on your intuition, based on your awareness of where your thoughts have been. What have you been focusing on? Maybe you're in a good mood today, but yesterday all you thought about was rude people, and that's still somewhere in your energy. So even though right now you're being kind, you attracted a rude person because it was still somewhat in the vibration. But the only person who's going to be able to know for sure why you're rendezvousing with what you're rendezvousing with is going to be you, because you are the only one who's aware of the thoughts that you're thinking and the emotions that you're feeling on a minute-by-minute basis. So again, there's this message, Pisces, about really coming into tune with your intuition, your emotional guidance system, listening to that, right? That's where all the good stuff is, because once you figure that out, then you're in charge of how you feel, and you're in charge of what you think, and you're in charge for the first time probably in your whole life of what you experience in your reality, because you finally understand it. This is what it means to be a conscious creator. It's when you realize that your thoughts are directing the pathway, right? And there's a lot of satisfaction in knowing that, but sometimes there could be disappointment. Sometimes you could find yourself in a situation you really don't like and know that you created it, maybe by accident, maybe by default, maybe you weren't paying attention to how you were feeling and what you were giving your thought to, and that's all right. Those are called learning experiences. You grow, you mature from that, and then you move on. Some of you did have an experience that really felt difficult, or maybe you're still going through some difficulties here. And although you cannot always control what's happening to other people, you can control how you feel about it, and therefore what occurs in your spirit, in your life. And that's where spirit is wanting you to take the control back in your life, to find the balance, to be at your best, and to feel at your best. If you're dealing with other people who don't understand that, let them misunderstand, right? Let them misunderstand, for they know not what they do, and it's not your job to explain it. Especially if somebody's being very judgmental about, you know, how you're handling something or what you're doing. You know, that's all right. You get to choose for you, and they get to choose for them. So choose wisely, Pisces. Choose wisely. So let's see what the guidance is before we go into the you versus them reading. Card number 16, attempting to control others attracts more to be controlled. It is easy to understand how you would come to the conclusion that your path to feeling good is through influencing or controlling the behavior of others. But as you attempt to control them through influence or coercion, you discover that not only can you not contain them, but your attention to them brings more like them into your experience. You simply cannot get to where you want to be by attempting to control or eliminate the unwanted. Wow, powerful message. Sorry for me laughing, but my dog is like going crazy under my chair right now. Like I can feel. Did you eat the catnip? Like what's going on over here? Are you all right? You good, bud? He's good. All right, Pisces. So anyways, it's all about tuning into your intuition. Now let's go see what's going on within the love portion of your life. Stay right there. I'll be back in just one quick second. Welcome back. All right, now we're going to go into the you versus them love reading and see what we have coming through for you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it is a general read, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let's get into it. So, Pisces, you have the card number 7 of patience, and they have the card number 9 of ripeness. Now, interestingly enough, both of these cards to me represent Empress energy, which is about manifestation. It's about things coming to fruition. It's also, to me, about patience, right? And the growth cycle. So I feel like if you have a little patience here, there's something developing between you and this person during this time frame. So let's see what it is. I also want to note that the number 7 in this deck is also a pregnant woman. So for my childbearing Pisceans, just FYI, this might be a very fertile time for you, okay? All right, so let's look at the recent past and then how you're both feeling and seeing each other in the now and most likely outcomes. Pisces, recent past for my Pisces. Oh my gosh, the same exact card. And I put this back in and I shuffled it. This is what your spiritual reading started with, the 5 of Cups here. So let's see what else. That's too many. What else does Pisces need to know? The 10 of Swords. Yeah, some of you went through something that was very difficult, devastating for a lot of you, or just extremely exhausting emotionally, spiritually, physically. It really could have put you through the ringer here, Pisces. Yeah. And I feel this mostly on an emotional or spiritual level, but this could also indicate physical ailments. So it seems like you've really been through a very difficult time here recently. And it may or may not at all be related to this connection, but since it's a you versus them, it very well could be. So let's see this person's recent past. Oops. The World. I'm going to grab that card in a minute. The Ace of Cups. 10 of Cups. Wow, very different energy than you. 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to keep that at the bottom of the deck. So this person seems to be, at least in the recent past, in a very different vibrational space, because this is all about success, completions, love, joy, family, new beginnings, but sense of belonging, right? So I heard emotional support system. So I feel like this person either has an emotional support system, or maybe they were being that or attempting to be that for you, especially for those of you that have really gone through something very, very difficult, right? This person could have been somebody who loves you very much, who was there for you or wanted to be there for you, and really, I guess, did their part. Now, for others of you where you know that's not the case, it could just be that this person was very focused on their love life and their family in the recent past, whereas you seem to have a lot going on, some sort of struggle here. so let's go into, sorry, my dog is so crazy in the background. Hey, man. Doc. Oh, he dropped his ball. He dropped it behind the couch. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I can't get it for you right now, though. All right, let me go to, how do you perceive this person in the now? What do you think of this person in the now? Four of Swords in the reverse, Page of Swords, very skeptical. Maybe skeptical whether or not you want to have a reunion or reconciliation with this person if you've had an ending. I'm getting the song Unsteady by, I don't know if it's the Ambassadors or Imagine Dragon. I think the Ambassadors. The Four of Swords in the reverse is like a very restless type of energy. And the Page of Swords is, to me, the most untrusting, you know, card in the deck. Doc. Stop. Can't get it right now. I might have to pause this. I thought maybe like you would give up after a minute or two, but it seems pretty relentless back there. Are you done? Hey, you're not going to be able to get it. It's gone. Anyways, okay, so, my goodness, just hold on a second, because I don't think he's, sorry about that. Did you just bring it back in here after I put it, oh my goodness. Anyways, just ignore him. It's funny because I got the words restless and fidgety when I looked at this card, and now I'm feeling restless and fidgety. So also that could be how you perceive this person. But yeah, there's a level of skepticism here, to say the very, very least. To say it nicely. Let's see how they view you. The Fool. Justice. Six of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, all of a sudden I feel nauseous. For some of you, it's like maybe you relied on this person, or you saw this person as like your emotional support in the past. And this could even be family. It's not always an intimate partner that this is about, but take it as it's resonating. And there's something maybe that you went through that, I don't know if they weren't there for you in the way that you thought that they should be, but something seems to have occurred where there is now like some doubt, right? Whether, or you know, in the validity, I guess, of the connection or of the person. And all of a sudden I feel really super nauseous. I'm sorry. So yeah, as it pertains to you, I feel like this person sees you as the Fool and the Justice card. So the Fool to me talks about somebody who's not afraid to take chances, right? But also can be kind of a risky energy. The Justice card talks to me about fairness and balance. So I feel like Pisces, this person knows like you're somebody who's not afraid to take a chance as long as it's fair, as long as it's just, right? The Six of Swords is all about solutions and moving forward. So I feel like in a nutshell, like this person knows, Pisces, or what they think is that you're somebody who will take a chance only if it's fair, only if it makes sense, and if it's going to get you to where you need to go. Like if it's going to be productive, then you're going to go along with it, right? They also may see you as somebody who, you know, is a fair person or treats them fairly, okay, or treats others that way. I keep getting the word fair. Doc, please. Sorry, all I can hear is them slobbering on that toy. I might have to put him out of my room. Yeah, okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. I keep getting the word fair or fairness, or like somebody's wanting something to be fair. It's a weird vibe. Let's go into the emotions. How do you feel? How do you feel underneath it all? Too many and too messy. Temperance. How do you feel about this person underneath it all? Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yikes. Yikes. I meant to say yikes. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Some of you have cut communication off with this person. Especially if they weren't there for you. I get a strong sense of like feeling like this person was not there for you in the past. And now you're kind of like doubtful as to like whether you want them in your life or whether you want to give to the connection. The Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords in the reverse is just absolutely downright cutting somebody off or cutting something off. And it could just be on an emotional level, you've detached yourself, but it could be as literal as like you cut this person out of your life or you blocked this person. And I think it was, whether it was emotionally or actually something that you did, I think it was to preserve like your own peace, your own balance. Like I feel like there's some sort of justification around it. So let's see this person's heart space, Ace of Pentacles. Give me just 1 second. Sorry, guys. My apologies. I don't know what's happening with my dog. I don't know if he got into the catnip and he's just feeling really super special or what. He's just going crazy with this toy, and then he dropped his toy again behind the couch. So anyways, my apologies. Kind of frustrating, right? But I actually feel a lot of frustration in this reading. So maybe it's not a coincidence, right? Okay. So this person's heart space, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Wheel. Yeah, I feel like, you know, this person has trouble trusting like how they feel or their intuition. There's somebody that likes to come out on top. I feel that they feel they're loyal. They feel that they have really invested themselves into, you know, the connection or have been there for you. But I beg to differ, because on your side, I feel very different energy coming through. So it's really interesting to me, like the different perspective, you know, that this person has versus what you're feeling, Pisces. But I also feel like with the High Priestess in reverse, sometimes that could be someone who just flat out like ignores their own intuition or has trouble like reading between the lines, you know, or maybe even trouble seeing themselves how others see them or how you may see them. So I heard, and their part in things, something about their seeing their part in things. So let's see most likely outcomes then, which can be changed with free will. So this is not set in stone, but we'll see. Six of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Pentacles, oops, Judgment. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh like that. But as soon as I looked at this card, I heard I wouldn't give my last cent. I don't feel like you're wanting to give to this. Well, I don't want to say like you're not willing to give a little, but you're definitely not giving it all. You're definitely not going to give everything you got, okay? Seems to be a lot of judgment here going on, whether that's coming from your end or their end. I actually feel it coming from you, but I also feel discernment here. The Magician is about manifesting. What are they manifesting? Yeah, I feel like, you know how you give somebody a little bit and see what they do with it? You know, see if they take advantage of that, or like, because what I'm getting like literally is like an image of like somebody with a dollar bill tied to a fishing pole, and then they like cast it out and see like, so it's terrible. That they could reel somebody in, like giving just a little bit and then reeling it in. It's a really bizarre image. I'm sorry if that's not making sense to you, but I think it will if this is resonating. Ace of Wands. So that's what you're manifesting. Inspiration. Passion. It's almost like you're giving a little to see if like it inspires this person or inspires some sort of change, but you're not truly giving your all. You're not truly opening up the floodgates. Some of you are, and this is very literal, so only take it if it resonates. Like, say if somebody's asking you for money, you're saying like, oh, I only have a little bit, so I can only give you a little bit. When the truth is like, you have it, but you just don't trust this person, or you don't want to give it to them. Okay, so I'm equating that to money, but it could be love, it could be time, it could be energy. Like, somebody could say like, oh, do you have the time for this? And you do, but like, not for this person. You know what I mean? So you're like, no, I don't think so. Or, oh, I can only be here for like 10 minutes when really like you have no plans for like the whole day. I'm not laughing because that's, I'm laughing at the, I don't know, the irony. Because like, we've all done that. We've all been in that position before. Let's see this person's most likely outcome. King of Cups. Five of Swords, the Page of Swords. This person don't know what to think. They're trying to get right with their emotions. They are trying to read between the lines because they're trying to figure this out, you know, and maintain their composure at the same time. Like, they're trying to be joyful or like playful. Like, I feel like this person is trying to keep the vibe high. Like, they're trying to keep their vibration in a higher place. Pisces, like, they're trying to also at the same time though, like, solve a problem, not by doing anything or saying anything, but like through their mind or through their meditation, or like they're trying to solve something without actually doing anything. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what they're doing. And like, in the meantime, also trying to keep their composure and have fun. I think like this person doesn't know what the hell to do. So like, they're like, all right, I'm just gonna do exactly what I just said. And here you are, I don't want to say like playing games. I don't think you're playing games at all. I think you're testing the water. You know what I mean? Like, maybe just observing and testing the water. That's back to my fishing reference. Oh, yeah. Let's see what the guidance is then. Card number 45. I can focus on what I do want in a relationship. By focusing upon the wanted characteristics of this person, you'll train your vibrational offering to match the best in them. And then the law of attraction will no longer match you up with the worst in them. When you focus upon the worst of anyone and train your brain in that direction, law of attraction can only match you up with the worst in them time and time again. The law of attraction works in your favor. So what do you choose to see, the best or the worst? Interesting. And for those of you who've tried everything except changing your perception or mind, there is your answer. There's your answer. Wow, very interesting reading, Pisces. We're going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Leo here, Aries, Libra, Aries again, Taurus, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Scorpio, and I felt Capricorn vibes as well. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It is a general reading. If you enjoyed this and it resonated with you, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future content. Hit the subscribe button. Also, check me out on Facebook. I do go live there as well. Yeah, all of it linked down below. Wishing you all the very best in the meantime, Pisces. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.